Hi folks, welcome to or welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you subscribed. Nonna, are you watching? Nonna, this isn't Laurie's channel, Nonna. You're in the wrong place. Earlier there was a comment held for review from Nonna, and someone else had replied to her. But I couldn't reply to Nonna until I okayed the comment, which I did, and then I could never find it again. I don't know where it went, but anywho, Nonna said, "Why are you being mean to this lady? I don't know who she is, but blah 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 blah." Nonna, stop lying. Doesn't look good on you. We all know you're one of Laurie's favouriteest people, and you think she's amazing. Stop coming back here. It's only going to upset you. These are the words you don't want to hear. I don't like Laurie because she's a horrible person. If you actually stayed here and watched and listened, you might learn something, but I think you're way past that now. So, Nonna, if you're here, click out. This is the wrong video for you. Right, this is the I Hate Southern California video. I was going to do this after I did the ones where she'd just moved there, and then I got sidetracked by something, as is usual. So, shall we jump in?
Hey everyone, I'm just going to do this quick, well it's not going to be quick because I'm on a rant story. So I did the unboxing of the Louis Vuitton, and I should have turned off comments because of course there was some stupid bitch on here that I had to block.
Have you ever noticed she starts off really calm and in the morning starts growling and shouting at people?
Actually a couple of stupid bitches who assumed I got it from Cora Bags, which I didn't. And had the nerve to write, "You guys, if you really want to get a replica that's much less expensive, you can go to such and such." Like, that is just, to me, I wouldn't even think to do that.
I would never say something like that. I would never. No, you'd just make a video about it instead. And if you want your viewers to get the best stuff, wouldn't you turn around and say, "Oh shit, I hadn't heard of them. Who are they? Give me a link. I'll go and have a look." But no, because you don't. You're trying to con them in some way, shape or form, aren't you?
That to somebody on somebody's video. I didn't do my hair.
Stop fucking with it. Does it matter if you did it or not? No one can fucking see it. Only you pulling it about. Leave it alone. Is it any wonder you have no hair?
It's in a treatment kind of thingy, majingy. And so obviously they got blocked. And then I unpublished the video because I called her.
I privated the video. Who unpublics things? And what's new? You call everyone and agree with everything you say.
So I'll probably edit that part out because it's not very nice to do on a video.
No shit, Sherlock, but you do that all the time. So how about you go back and edit out the bit where you called me up 9,000 times? That'd be nice. That'd be a start.
Of a replica bag that was sent to me, but just okay, you want to know what my plan is? This is my plan. I know I sound like I'm really angry. I'm not. I'm just done. I'm done with all of the bullshit from all of the people, from all the people, from all in.
You're done with the bullshit, are you? Really? No, what you're really done with is people waking up to you and telling you the truth. That's what you're done with. You're done with the truth. You're done with people with brains. You're done with being able to get away with stuff and get money and medication and everything else out of people. That's what you're done with. You've suddenly realised that people are waking up to you, and that's what you're done with.
Considerate. Look at how crazy this looks. Look, all inconsiderate people in this world, and I'm
inconsiderate people. Right. The only inconsiderate person around here that I can see is you.
A lot of them live in California. By the way, I don't have any makeup on, just lip gloss.
And I think I look wonderful. Well, you don't. You look like a fat, miserable fuck, which you are.
I'm gonna move.
Yay.
I'm not sure when. I think it's gonna have to be a two-parter, so I'll move once again in California to another one-bedroom that's less expensive than where I'm living. Because I'm not really sure where Burke is going to school next year. If he stays in California, I'll stay in California, but if he leaves California, I'm 100% leaving California. 100%.
So you're 100% leaving California, unless he's staying in California. But you're 100% leaving California. Which is it?
I feel like the people generally in California, I'm talking generally, obviously, there are people that I like Trish, like Cindy, like Mary. I mean, they're, you know, but generally speaking, I will have been here 4 years in January, and I come from Boston, where we're called massholes. But in Boston, people are more stoic, more...
Don't you get the impression that she wished she'd never left Boston, even though she says she hates the place and she'll never go back? She never says a bad word about it. Everything, apart from the snow, was absolutely wonderful. I think she regrets moving. I really do, but she'd never fucking admit it, would she? And look at her now, stuck in the arsehole of fucking nowhere. In a teeny tiny apartment. But it's got vaulted ceilings, people.
Are conservative as far as, even though it's a democratic state, but more conservative as far as their friendliness. But I would say that Californians in general are the way that they drive.
Way to go, pissing off an entire state. And if you're trying to say how you drive says a lot about you, have you looked at yourself lately? You drive.
They're rude, they're inconsiderate, selfish, entitled.
Yep.
Like, people will come to a red light, be stopped at a red light, and no one will let you in. That's it in a nutshell. That is California in a nutshell.
That's you in a nutshell. And why are you trying to get into a line at a red light? Because you don't know where you were going and you decided that you were in the wrong lane at the last second, and now you want to squeeze yourself into a lane of people that don't want you there. It's your own fault.
The job market, the way that you're treated at jobs, the people that are nicest, which surprisingly is not the case in like Boston, are the local workers, such as El Pollo Loco or CVS, or, you know, the minimum paid, you know, fast drive-through, or...
Oh, the people that you and your son were making fun of. They're the nice people, are they? But they only earn minimum wage serving in a fucking grocery store, so you never remember the things you say, do you? Ever?
Or CVS.
It's whatever suits. It's whatever happens to suit you at whatever time of whatever day it is you happen to be talking. You never stick to the same thing all the time. They're nice now, but in the next breath.
Workers, they are nicer than in Boston, but the actual people, ugh. And I'm talking about native Californians, obviously, not people that just moved here. I'm getting gas. Okay, that's my experience, generally speaking. Like, they drive so fast, they don't let anybody in. Okay, I just got gas at a very inexpensive $3.69, so I filled up my tank.
Stop fucking moaning about the price of gas when you have it cheaper than anywhere in the fucking world. But you don't care, because that's not you. You don't care that people in London are being screwed for petrol prices when you're paying a fucking pittance. You don't care, do you? It's all about you. Do you not see how stupid you sound saying $3 a gallon is too much when we're spending nearly £2 a litre?
$48. Might as well fill it up while it's cheap. So anyway, so I was going on about like native Californians, people like Dan and Darlene, if they're watching. Oh God, just was reading over texts. Shouldn't save texts of people that are threatening to do things to you, because it's so upsetting.
Yeah, but you read out all those texts to us, didn't you? And all it proved was that you were in the wrong, but you can't see it. I keep saying you've got really good eyesight. You don't, do you? Because you can't see what's in front of your face. You can't tell the truth. You don't see the truth. You always think you're the fucking victim. Everyone's picking on poor little Lardy, when it's you that's fucked up every time, but you can't see it. Entitled. I wonder who she was talking about then.
But what I wanted to say is, so I'm going to move from where I live now to someplace cheaper. And see, like, there's not enough room. I made a mistake. There's not enough room, but they'll just bang into me.
You made a mistake. Rewind that in your head. You're in the wrong fucking lane, talking to your phone, not paying attention to where you're going, and now you're trying to bully your way into another lane that you should be in, and they're saying, fuck you.
Or beep. So I'll move to someplace not that, a little bit less expensive, $1,700 a month for about a year, and then I'm moving probably to Sarasota. I have friends in Tampa, friends in Orlando.
What happened to that? I wouldn't move to Florida. I'm never fucking moving to Florida. Stop suggesting Florida. I don't want to live in Florida. Ba-dump. Was that because the friends you have there, when you said, oh, I think I might move here, were like, oh, no, you don't want to move here. No. Oh, no, we've got this and that and fucking alligators, and no, you don't want to come here.
I have people that I know in Florida.
Yeah, I like how you rephrase that. You don't have friends anywhere, just people you know.
And one of my very good friends just moved from California to Florida. I just have to work out logistics. And in Florida, I can get probably a 2-bedroom. I want something small. Somebody wants...
That's good, because you've got somewhere tiny now, haven't you?
Somebody wrote me on my YouTube channel saying that for about $1,500 a month, I can get over 1,000 square foot. I don't want a big place at all.
That's good, because you've never had a big place.
because I can't clean it. But then I realized I'm going to get a cleaning person that might come once a week. This is what my life is going to be in a couple of years. You wait and see.
All right, are we ready? Are we taking notes? This was November the 26th, 2019. And we're now in 2022. So this is the future, folks. This is what was going to be in her future. Are we ready? The cleaning lady. I'm
going to live in Florida. I'm going to live in a I'm going to try to get a small second bedroom just so that Burke has a place to come and have a room when he... my Social Security disability will pay...
Oh, there we go, folks. How many times has she denied being on Social Security disability? She invested wisely. She pooled her money with her mother. She had all these amazing jobs. But no, there's the truth. I'll rewind it for those of you who may have been doing something else and missed it.
Just so that Burke has a place to come and have a room when he... my Social Security disability will pay for more than my rent. It will pay more than my rent. My car will be paid off in a year and a half, and I will get a part-time job as always and continue to do Sensi.
Well, that's fucked, isn't it? You didn't go to Florida. You got a teeny tiny apartment. You reckon you're working, but no one believes you. And I don't see any sign of a cleaning lady.
And maybe do YouTube.
How's that working out for you now, Lardass? Huh?
I might have a very private channel. I don't know. Maybe.
Private channel, my fucking ass. You're not happy unless you've got people watching you. You couldn't go private if your life depended on it.
Patreon, very inexpensive, but enough to just keep out all of the garbage. All of the garbage that's on.
Yeah, you think I'm garbage, don't you? Didn't keep me out though, did it? No. And if I'd wanted to be sneaky, I could have pretended to be somebody else and stayed there and just watched. But I didn't want to stay there because I didn't want to listen to your shite. I just wanted to let you know how easy it is to get into your Patreon and see all the shit that you dish up as payable content. And to tell your moron subscribers that they're morons.
On there that watches for free, the takers of this world.
Takers. Because you give so much, don't you, Laurie? Yeah. And we just don't understand how hard you work and how much of yourself that you give and how we should pay you extra on top of all the YouTube AdSense and Social Security disability. We should pay you as well for just being able to see you. And
you know, if I know you and I love you and you love me and you can't.
Lardy, no one loves you but your mother, and even that's questionable now.
Couldn't afford it, it would be free. As long as, you know, I know who you are. I wouldn't charge for that. I'd purely be charging, not even to make money, but to sort of announce my Sensi, obviously, but that'll be done on Instagram.
Oh yeah, Sensi, yeah. What happened to that?
YouTube videos don't get a lot of hits from Sensi. It's my Instagram. And then I'm done with all of it. I'm done. I'm gonna be done with it. And it'll be the...
How many times has she said this? How many times has she said she's going to give up YouTube and she'll be done with it all, and she just wants a quiet little life? Yeah, it never happens though, does it? And I don't care, I'm not doing it for the money on Patreon. So why then did you make everyone that was paying $1 suddenly pay $3 for less than they were paying $1 for? If it wasn't about the money. And then you're going to say that's to keep the haters out. You didn't have any haters in there.
Fault of the losers of the world. And maybe things will eventually change and people will learn to be better people.
Maybe you'll learn to be a better person. Yeah, but then maybe hell'd freeze over first.
Because repercussions will happen, you know?
Oh, I'm terrified.
YouTube is changing. It's changed a lot. People are going to stop putting up with the bullshit. You think YouTube is going to be free forever? Even now, you get YouTube Premium, you can pay for it. It's changing. And it's changing because of the, you know, people that do the shitty things ruin it for everybody else. Like stealing.
Like you.
You know? Like stealing. When you steal, even that one little lip gloss, lipstick, whatever, it raises the prices for everyone else. Oh, yeah.
Which is what you've been doing your entire life. And don't say you haven't, because people who know you have seen you do it. And you've told others how to do it.
My neighbors.
You don't know how to reverse. You couldn't drive in a fit.
And so, anyways, that's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Hi. Have you...
That's what's going to happen. She does it every so often, doesn't she? I'm going to have a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment. I'm going to have a cleaner. I'm going to have someone walking the dogs. Oh no, I don't need to do that because they've never been walked, so they don't know what it is. So I don't really need to do that. I'll just get the cleaner to clean up the piss and shit inside the house that the dogs do. I'll have everything I ever wanted. The car will be paid off and I'll just be a lady of leisure. Mwahaha. Where are you now, Lardy?
It's going to rain for 3 days, right?
Yeah.
Oy vey.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to flip out.
Oh, yeah. Black Friday.
And the drivers are going to be like, oh.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I hate driving on Friday. Good thing I'm off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, I work at 5:30 a.m. Oh.
I work at 5 a.m.
5:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m.
I work tomorrow at 5:30 to 2:30, and then Friday.
I work. Keep telling us. So, if you work, and you do Scentsy, and you do YouTube, and you sell jewellery, does the Social Security Disability Company Department, whatever, know that you're raking in all this extra money? Have you declared any of it?
At 5 to 2.
Yeah, I work tomorrow in the morning also. Yep. So anyways, that's my plan. That's a dog. My
You're a dog.
skin looks really glowy because I went to Ulta and I tried on that Kim Kardashian highlighter, and then I also tried the Jeffree Star Strawberry Continuous Spray, and I didn't get it, but boy, it's pretty.
What, you mean there wasn't one available to knock into your open bag in your trolley?
Just to add, so the reason I think Californians in general are like this is because when you have to learn to deal with people on public transportation, you learn how to deal with people.
Pardon? When you learn to deal with people on public transportation, you learn to deal with people. That's not being condescending to the people that use public transport, rather than emitting more shite into the world from a car. So you're less than if you don't have a car. You're less than if you go on a bus or train or whatever. You have no fucking clue, do you?
You have to interact. You don't operate in a vacuum. And the reason that they operate in a vacuum is because everyone has a place to go and a destination. There's no like, let's take a Sunday drive. They don't know from that. You know, you grow up in New Hampshire, you grow up in Vermont, in Boston, in a smaller town where it's not a rat race. And, you know, I used to like go and smoke cigarettes in my car and take a drive. With my first husband, we used to just like drive around and look at houses. Now, the rat race is New York City, but that's different because New York City, New Yorkers are so friendly because they're standing with each other all the time on public transportation, in the streets.
So you think that's what makes people personable? They're lower than you because they can't just go out for a drive and a cigarette, but they're nicer people because they've had to stand next to each other with somebody on the tube. What you're really saying is, I'm an entitled cunt because I grew up Jewish and everything was handed to me and I was told I was a princess and everything was paid for and I had a charmed life until my mother said no more. So because you've grown up that way and you had that life, you think you're better than, but you're no better than anyone. The people that were better than was your mother and your father and whoever else was giving you that life. Did you give that same life to your son? No. You said when you're older, he'll have to look after you because that's how it works. But I don't see you looking after your mother. So the only way it works for you is that your mother looks after you until your son can take over. And all your life you're looked after, but you don't have to do fuck all for anyone else.
Getting in and out of cabs, sharing cabs, things like that. But California, they didn't have to do that, so everyone's out to get there first, get there on time, work their asses off for very little.
And what's wrong with that? People want to get to places on time and work their asses off. What's wrong with that? And you think talking like this makes you look good? How fucking dense and dumb are you? Every time you open that trap of yours, you just make yourself look like a bigger cunt.
And then come home and they take it out. They don't know how to be. That is my theory. And you know, my friend Maria, who's from Boston and New York and then moved here, when I first came here, she was like, she didn't want to say it, but she was like, yeah, she's not thrilled with San Diego and the people there. And now I understand why. There's no culture. There's no history when you've grown up in a place that has...
Like Boston. Nowhere is ever going to be as good as Boston. So why don't you fuck off back there then? Or why didn't you just fucking stay there? No, but you weren't happy there, were you? So now you're unhappy somewhere else. And then you're going to move to Arizona and be unhappy there as well. And not put two and two together and realise the reason you're unhappy is because it's you. There's tons of culture in Arizona. Have you gone anywhere? Looked at anything? Asked where the best places to go are? Have a mooch up the mountains that you're always raving about? No. To you, it has to have a decent mall and somewhere to get coffee. Somewhere to eat, somewhere to shop. You're happy. You're not asked about anything else.
That. It's very hard. So, in Florida, I'll be living the life. Car will be paid off. Apartment will be so much I won't be house poor. I'll be able to help my son with school and college, and maybe afterwards when he needs an... I don't know how much of this is going up because I'm talking a lot. Like, Instagram's not made for this. But I'll put this also on my YouTube channel, this whole thing. I want to be able to help my child, you know, for the rest of his life as long as he needs it.
Yeah, you're a huge help to him, aren't you?
I won't be able to retire here. And not that...
How can you say retire when you don't work? You're on social fucking security.
I see myself ever not working in some capacity, because working is so good for the soul. It's good for the brain. I never want to not work.
Tell me what job you do. I don't see you working. Does anyone else see you working? Apart from the dent shop. When did you work?
In some way, whether it's making jewelry, making perfumes.
Making jewelry every so often and fucking screaming at your subscribers to buy it is not work. People get up like HRH, drive to work, make jewellery all day and then drive home at the end of the day. That's a job. What you do, adding a dingle-dangle onto a pre-made fucking bracelet once in a blue moon when you need some extra money, is not a job.
Volunteering, doing something.
Volunteering. When have you ever volunteered?
I'll be able to do that in Florida. Gas will be cheaper, no state tax, apartment will be cheaper. It's just going to be good all around. I just have to figure logistics of how to get from here to there with 3 or 2. We'll see what happens with Bella. 3 animals.
2, 3 or 2. We'll see what happens with Bella.
I'm going to need advice.
Oh, but I thought you knew how to do everything. Didn't you organise the whole thing from Boston to California? Surely California to Florida's no different. No, see, the difference is you'd have to pay this time. Because you thought all the hard work was booking things, when really the hard work was paying for it all. But you didn't care because you didn't have to. But now you will. But you didn't have to pay to go to Florida, did you? Because it never materialised.
You guys, you're all replying to my story, saying the most bizarre things.
See, people are not allowed to have an opinion or write a comment because you would never do it the way they're doing, so whatever it is they're doing has to be wrong. Here we go.
I don't understand how things are so misunderstood by so many. I thought I was really clear. I'm getting texts from people saying that Florida is so much worse than where I am now. And you're talking about a whole state? I'm not talking about the entire state of California. I'm talking about the area that I live in. And I'm not talking about all of Florida. And I don't care what your experience is in Florida.
But that's the thing. If you don't care about other people's experiences in this place and you only want to hear the good side, well then you're fucked when you get there and it's shit. And you're like, why did nobody tell me? I was told Arizona was wonderful and it's not, it's shit. Because you wouldn't listen to anyone that wanted to tell you the other side of things. You'd already made your mind up.
Florida, because that's your experience and you haven't come from where I've come from, right? Unless you've traveled in the exact same shoes in the exact same way and are my like twin or something. I'm not basing my decision on anything that anybody has to tell me about their experience.
Well, that just shows you why you fuck up in life over and over and over and over. Because you don't want to listen to anybody else. You think you know everything. You paint a picture in your head of how wonderful this is going to be. And then when you get there, you realise, oh, hang on a minute. If you'd stopped and listened to people tell you how difficult it was to live in Dana Point because it's so expensive, but you didn't want to hear that. You only wanted to hear the good side of things. So this is why nobody tells you anything and you fuck up all the time.
That's like if somebody has a bad experience at CVS, do I not go to CVS because there was an employee there that was rude to you because you tried to return something without a receipt or whatever the case is? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Oh, don't move to Florida. You'll hate it. The people there are so much worse than the people than where you're living. Are you living? Did you ever live where I live? Did you come from Boston? You live where I live?
Why are people so mean to her? She's such a nice lady.
And haters will not be the reason that I will leave YouTube. It will be because of stupid comments that I can't take.
That's a lovely way of telling everyone that sent you a comment just now that they're stupid. And you wonder why people don't like you. Can't figure it out at all.
Getting more like, just stop. Okay, I just want to make this clear. I'm not talking about the entire state of California. I'm not talking about the entire state of New York. I'm not talking about the entire state of Florida, the entire state of Boston. When I say Boston, I'm talking about where I lived. When I say New York, I was talking about New York City, Manhattan, not upstate New York, not Poughkeepsie, Fishkill, Afton, Albany. I haven't been there. I was talking about what my experience has been, and I'm talking about Southern California. In general, very big general statement.
So how do you know that the people replying to you weren't saying in a very general statement, where you were talking about moving to in Florida isn't great?
The thing, I guess, that's so aggravating is just that, like, people, unless you say exact, people just don't understand what you're trying to say. Like, you guys aren't 14 years old that you take everything I say so literally.
That's it. Be really nice to the people that are paying for your lifestyle, that are watching your videos, that are paying on Patreon, that are buying the shit jewellery you make, that are buying the Scentsy that you're pushing on them, and then call them idiots and stupid and children.
Like, expand a little. I'm not saying it that this is a hard and fast rule. I'm making a general sweep of my feelings, of my thoughts. That's all. There's not even a discussion to be had, honestly.
No, because she doesn't do discussions, people. You can't have a discussion with her unless you're agreeing with everything she says. And that's not a discussion, Lardy.
Because it's how I feel. It's my experience. What are you going to say? It was your experience too? Okay. All right. It's not your experience? Okay. All right. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, I opened up the Chanel bag. Oh my God, I wish you guys so bad. It's so gorgeous. I wish it was a little bigger, but it's gorgeous. Like, when I say you're gonna die, I don't mean you're gonna die. You know what? My bad. I should have just turned off comments on the video unboxing the Louis Vuitton. I don't know why I had comments on the... It should have just been no comments. So I'm going to be putting it back up on my channel. And then, I don't know, is there a way to turn off comments for your Instagram stories? Because some of what I'm saying doesn't warrant a comment. It just doesn't, there's nothing to say. I'm just speaking my mind. By the way, this is all going up on YouTube.
And you get comments there as well that you won't want.
Control the comment.
Wow. See, somebody said something about they were starting to feel sorry for her, and then they thought of something, and it's like, I'm like that all the time. Sometimes I think, you know, oh, are we a bit harsh? And then I watch something like this and it's like, yeah, no, we're not. So, congratulations if you got to the end with me. Thank you very much. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.